Hello, I am Nomad Mode, your guide to Jamaica's hidden gems. You need to hear this if you're a travel enthusiast. Welcome to Jamaica's hidden gems, food, fun and views you won't believe. Seriously, I've been to a few places, seen a few things, like that time Guillermo tried to parallel park my Prius. That was a view, let me tell you. But Jamaica is on a whole other level. It's not just the beaches you see on postcards, though those are pretty spectacular. Don't get me wrong. We're talking about the stuff that's a little off the beaten path, the places that make you go, wow, why doesn't everyone know about this? Get ready to explore some of the most amazing spots on this beautiful island. We're diving headfirst, sometimes literally, as you'll see, into the culture, the flavors, the sounds, and sights that make Jamaica truly unique. Think of me as your slightly bewildered, easily impressed tour guide who's probably going to mispronounce a few things but will definitely tell you if the rum punch is strong enough. Which, spoiler alert, it usually is. We're talking food that'll make your taste buds sing, experiences that'll make your heart race, and views so incredible you'll think your eyeballs are playing tricks on you. So, grab a red stripe or, whatever you've got. No judgment here unless it's like a kale smoothie, then maybe a little judgment, and settle in. We're about to embark on an adventure that's part travel show, part food coma, and part did that really just happen? It's going to be fun, it's going to be delicious, and it's definitely going to make you want to book a flight, or at least order some jerk chicken. Let's do this, Jamaica style. Okay, first stop, and arguably the most important if you ask my stomach, is Scotchies. Now I've had jerk chicken before. The kind you get at that place in the mall food court that also sells questionable pizza? Yeah, this ain't that. This is the real deal, the kind of food that makes you want to write a sonnet or at least a very enthusiastic Yelp review. The moment you step out of the car, the smell hits you, this incredible smoky, spicy aroma that just pulls you in. It's like a siren song, but instead of luring you to your doom, it's luring you to a plate of perfectly cooked meat. The atmosphere at Scotchies is just as intoxicating as the smell. It's rustic. It's real. It's got this laid-back vibe that instantly makes you feel like you're at a family barbecue, if your family was incredibly good at cooking and lived in paradise. You see these long logs of pimento wood smoldering, with sheets of corrugated metal laid over them, and that's where the magic happens. The chicken, the pork, it's all slow-cooked over this wood, giving it a flavor that's just, well, you'll see. It's an art form, truly. I watched one guy expertly flipping a whole row of chickens like he was conducting an orchestra of deliciousness. And let me tell you about the chicken itself. Oh my goodness, it's tender, it's juicy, it's got this crispy skin that's just packed with flavor. And the spice. It's not the kind of spice that attacks you and makes you regret your life choices. It's a warm, complex heat that builds slowly and makes you want more. They've got this peppery sauce on the side. Use it. Trust me on this. I think I accidentally got some on my shirt and I seriously considered just eating the shirt. It's that good. It's the kind of food that makes you forget your manners and just dive in with your hands. We also tried the jerk pork, which was equally mind-blowing. It had this incredible crust and the meat just melted in your mouth. And the sides! You can't forget the sides. We're talking festival, which is this slightly sweet fried dumpling that's perfect for soaking up all those amazing jerk juices. And bammy, a cassava flatbread that's a classic. It's simple food, but it's done so perfectly. It's the kind of meal that makes you happy deep down in your soul. You sit there under these thatched roofs with a cold drink in your hand and you just think, yeah, this is living. The whole experience is just so authentically Jamaican. It's not trying to be fancy, it's just trying to be good, and boy does it succeed. You see locals, you see tourists, everyone's just there enjoying the incredible food and the chill vibe. It's a communal experience almost. You're all united by your love for perfectly smoked meat. I even saw a dog nearby looking very hopeful. I don't blame him. If I were a dog, I'd camp out at Scotchies. Smart fella. He knows where the good stuff is. I tried to get the recipe, for journalistic purposes. The chef just laughed. It's probably a secret passed down through generations, guarded more closely than the nuclear codes. And honestly, I get it. Some things are too magical to be replicated. You just have to experience them. So, if you're in Jamaica, Scotchies isn't just a recommendation, it's a requirement. It's a pilgrimage for anyone who loves food, or anyone who breathes, really. It's that essential. We sat there for a good while just soaking it all in, the sounds of the sizzling meat, the chatter of happy diners, the smell of that incredible smoke. It's funny how a simple meal can be such a profound experience. But that's the magic of places like Scotchies. They're not just serving food, they're serving up a piece of their culture, a piece of their heart. And it's a delicious piece, let me tell you. I'm already dreaming about going back. Maybe I'll bring a bigger shirt next time. You order at a counter, and they chop up the chicken or pork right in front of you with a giant cleaver. It's quite the show. Thwack, thwack, thwack. And then they pile it onto your plate. It's rustic, it's efficient, and it adds to the whole experience. There's no pretense here. It's all about the flavor, and the portions are generous. You will not leave Scotchies hungry. You might leave a little bit sweaty from the spice and the Jamaican heat, but you'll be happy. So happy. I also highly recommend getting a ting with your meal. It's this grapefruit soda that's super popular in Jamaica, and it cuts through the richness of the jerk perfectly. Or, a red stripe when in Rome or, well, when in Jamaica. The point is, the whole combination is just perfection. Scotchies is more than just a restaurant, it's an institution. It's a testament to the power of simple ingredients, traditional methods, and a whole lot of love. And the people working there? So friendly. They've got this easygoing charm, happy to explain things, happy to share their food with you. You feel welcomed, you feel like you're part of something special. It's the kind of place that stays with you long after you've left. Mostly because you can still taste that incredible jerk flavor in your memory, but also because of the warmth of the experience. Seriously, folks, put Scotchies at the top of your list. You can thank me later, preferably with some leftover jerk chicken. Alright, next up, we traded the smoky haze of Scotchies for the salty spray of the Caribbean Sea at Rick's Cafe. Now Rick's is famous, like really famous. And it's famous for a few things. Stunning sunsets, live reggae music, and oh yeah, people willingly throwing themselves off giant cliffs into the ocean. It's quite the spectacle. You arrive, and the place is buzzing. There's music pumping, people are laughing, drinks are flowing, it's a party basically, but with a much higher chance of a belly flop. The main attraction, of course, is the cliff diving. There are different levels, starting from okay, I could probably do that too. Are you absolutely insane? And people are just lining up to take the plunge. The local divers are incredible. They do flips, they do dives with insane twists. They make it look easy. It is not easy. I considered it for about half a second. Then I saw the height of the highest platform, looked down at the churning water and thought, watching is also a very valid form of participation. My producer, bless his heart, kept trying to egg me on. I think he secretly wanted to see me scream like a little girl. The vibe is electric, especially as the sun starts to dip lower in the sky. The reggae band kicks into high gear and everyone's dancing, or at least swaying a bit if they're holding a precarious cocktail. It's one of those places where you just feel the energy of the crowd. People are cheering for the divers, singing along to the music, and just generally having a fantastic time. It's infectious. Even if you're not brave enough to jump, you get caught up in the excitement. I saw one guy do a running jump, arms flailing, and he hit the water with a smack that I felt in my teeth. He came up smiling though, so good for him. The views from Rick's are just spectacular. You're right on the edge of these dramatic cliffs, looking out over the turquoise water. As sunset approaches, the sky just explodes with color oranges, pinks, purples. It's the kind of sunset that makes you feel small in the best possible way. People gather along the railings, cameras out, just soaking it all in. It's a truly magical moment, even with the occasional shriek of a first-time jumper in the background. It adds to the ambiance, I guess. The soundtrack of impending doom followed by triumphant splashing. Now, let's talk about the decision-making process of some of these divers. I saw people who clearly had never dived off anything higher than their couch before, psyching themselves up. There was a lot of pacing, a lot of deep breaths, a lot of, "You can do this, Brenda," from their supportive, if slightly worried friends. And then they jump, and it's a mix of terror and exhilaration. It's a real rite of passage for some visitors to Jamaica, and I can see why. It's a story you'll tell for years. Remember that time I almost didn't jump off a cliff in Jamaica, but then I did, and I only lost one flip-flop? The music is a huge part of the Rick's Cafe experience. Live reggae bands play throughout the afternoon and into the evening, and they are fantastic. They get the crowd going, playing everything from Bob Marley classics to newer hits. It's the perfect soundtrack for watching daredevils and sipping on something strong and fruity. I found myself tapping my foot, maybe even doing a little shoulder shimmy. Don't tell anyone. It's hard not to get into the groove when the music is that good and the vibe is that fun. Of course, Rick's is also a bar and restaurant. The food is pretty good, standard bar fare mostly, but you're really there for the drinks and the atmosphere. They have all the classic tropical cocktails, rum punch, pina coladas, you name it. And they're not shy with the rum, which might explain some of the more ambitious cliff diving attempts I witnessed. After 3 Jamaican me crazies, that 35-foot drop looks more like a friendly suggestion, is probably what some people are thinking. It can get crowded, especially around sunset, so it's a good idea to get there a bit early if you want a good spot. But even in the throng there's a sense of camaraderie. Everyone's there for a good time. I chatted with a few people, a couple on their honeymoon, a group of friends on spring break, a guy who claimed he was a professional cliff diver but then couldn't quite make it up the ladder. It's a melting pot of tourists all looking for that quintessential Jamaican experience. One thing to be aware of, it's not cheap. You're paying for the location and the entertainment. But for a few hours of high-energy fun, incredible views, and the chance to see people do things you'd never dream of doing, it's worth it. It's an experience. And who knows, maybe after a couple of those strong cocktails, you'll find yourself eyeing that lower platform. Or maybe you'll just be content to cheer from the sidelines like me. Safety first, people, especially when there's a perfectly good bar nearby. So, Rick's Cafe. Come for the cliff diving, stay for the sunset, and try not to lose your sunglasses. It's loud, it's lively, it's a little bit crazy, and it's undeniably Jamaican. It's one of those places you have to see to believe, and even then, you'll be wondering if what you just saw was real. Did that guy really just do a double backflip? Yes, he did. And you were there to see it. That's Rick's for you. Alright, after all that excitement and near-death experiences, if you're a cliff diver, we decided to head for the hills. Literally, we went up into the Blue Mountains, and let me tell you, this place is a world away from the beaches and the bustling towns. It's serene, it's lush, it's breathtakingly beautiful, and the air up there, it's so fresh. It feels like your lungs are getting a spa day. It's the kind of place that makes you want to speak in hushed tones, out of respect for the sheer majesty of it all. The journey up is an adventure in itself. The roads are narrow, winding, and shall we say, character building. Our driver, bless his calm nerves, navigated them like a pro, but there were definitely a few moments where I was gripping the oh crap handle and contemplating my life choices. But then you round a bend, and the view just opens up, and you forget all about the precarious drops. You see these rolling hills covered in every shade of green imaginable, mist clinging to the peaks and tiny villages nestled in the valleys. It's like stepping into a painting. The Blue Mountains are, of course, famous for their coffee. Blue Mountain coffee is one of the most sought-after and expensive coffees in the world. And now I understand why. We visited a coffee plantation, a small family-run operation, and got to see the whole process, from the bean to the cup. It's fascinating. They grow the coffee plants on these incredibly steep slopes, and everything is done by hand, from picking the ripe red cherries to sorting the beans. It's a labor of love, and you can taste it in the final product. We had a coffee tasting, naturally. And this isn't your average morning brew. This is coffee that's smooth, rich, with almost no bitterness, and these amazing complex flavors. I'm not usually a notes of chocolate and citrus kind of guy, but even I could tell this was something special. I think I had 3 cups. I was very alert for the rest of the day. Very, very alert. I might have accidentally organized the entire gift shop by color. The caffeine up there is no joke, but it's a delicious, delicious joke. The views from these plantations are just insane. You're surrounded by this incredible panorama of mountains stretching as far as the eye can see. On a clear day, they say you can see Cuba. I'm not sure if we saw Cuba, but we definitely saw a whole lot of awe-inspiring scenery. There are hiking trails all through the mountains, and if you're feeling energetic, maybe after a few cups of that coffee you can explore them. We did a short walk, and it was just beautiful. The air was cool, the birds were singing, and there were these incredible tropical plants everywhere. One of the things that struck me was the peace and quiet. After the lively energy of Rick's Cafe, the Blue Mountains felt like a sanctuary. It's so tranquil. You hear the sounds of nature, the rustling leaves, the distant call of a bird. It's a place where you can really connect with the natural beauty of Jamaica. It's a reminder that there's so much more to this island than just the coastline. The heart of Jamaica, in many ways, is up in these mountains. The people we met in the Blue Mountains were wonderful, so welcoming, so proud of their heritage and their land. They live a simpler life, a life connected to the rhythms of nature, and there's a real wisdom in that. Our guide at the coffee plantation spoke with such passion about the coffee, about the history of the area, about the importance of sustainable farming. It was inspiring. You really get a sense of the deep connection between the people and the land. It's also a bit cooler up in the mountains, which can be a welcome relief from the heat of the coast. We even saw some eucalyptus trees, which surprised me. It's a unique ecosystem, with a diverse range of flora and fauna. If you're a nature lover, or just someone who appreciates a good view and an even better cup of coffee, then a trip to the Blue Mountains is an absolute must. It's a different side of Jamaica, but it's an essential one. I bought so much coffee. My suitcase home was probably 50% coffee beans. I have no regrets. Every morning now when I brew a cup, I'm transported back to those misty mountains, that incredible view, the smell of roasting beans. It's a pretty great souvenir. Better than a t-shirt that says my friend went to Jamaica and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Though those are good too, but the coffee is next level. So if you're planning a trip, make sure to carve out some time for the Blue Mountains. Brave the roads, embrace the tranquility, drink the coffee, you won't be disappointed. It's a truly magical place, a place that will stay with you long after you've descended back to sea level. It's good for the soul, and for your caffeine levels. Mostly the soul though, but also the caffeine. Alright, from the tranquil heights of the Blue Mountains we headed back down to Kingston, the bustling capital city, for a visit that was, for me, a real highlight, the Bob Marley Museum. Now you can't talk about Jamaica without talking about Bob Marley. His music, his message, his whole vibe, it's woven into the fabric of this island and it's resonated all over the world. The museum is located in his former home, the place where he lived and recorded some of his most iconic music. It's pretty powerful stuff. Stepping onto the property, you immediately feel a sense of reverence. It's not just a museum, it's a shrine, a place of pilgrimage for fans from every corner of the globe. The house itself is preserved much as it was when Bob lived there. You see his gold and platinum records lining the walls, his favorite denim shirt, his Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. It's a testament to his incredible impact on music and culture. It's hard not to get a little emotional thinking about the man and his legacy. The tour guides are fantastic. They're passionate, they're knowledgeable, and they share stories about Bob's life with such warmth and respect. You learn about his childhood, his early musical influences, his rise to international stardom, and his commitment to social justice and Rastafarianism. It's a fascinating journey. You see his recording studio still set up as if he might walk in any minute and lay down another track. You can almost hear the music in the air. One of the most moving parts of the tour is seeing his bedroom, which has been kept very simple, with his favorite guitar by the bed. It's a very personal space, and it makes you feel connected to him in a way that just listening to his music, as amazing as it is, doesn't quite achieve. You also see the bullet holes in the walls from the assassination attempt in 1976, a stark reminder of the turbulent times he lived through and the risks he took by speaking out. It's chilling, but it also underscores his bravery and his commitment to his message of peace and unity. The museum isn't just about Bob Marley the superstar, it's about Bob Marley the man, the father, the spiritual leader. You see photos of him with his family, hear anecdotes about his daily life. It paints a much fuller picture of who he was, and his music is playing throughout the museum, of course, providing the perfect soundtrack to the experience. You find yourself humming along, feeling that incredible rhythm, those powerful lyrics. One good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. He was right about that. There's also a beautiful garden on the property, a peaceful place to reflect, and a gift shop, of course, where you can buy all sorts of Bob Marley memorabilia. I may have picked up a t-shirt or two, or three. Don't judge, it's for a good cause, supporting the museum and keeping his legacy alive. Plus, they're cool t-shirts, it's a win-win. It's important to remember that this isn't just some tourist trap, it's a vital piece of Jamaican history and culture. The impact Bob Marley had and continues to have is just astounding. He brought reggae music to the world, but he also brought a message of hope, love, and resistance. His songs are anthems for people fighting for freedom and justice everywhere. And to be in the place where so much of that music was created, where he lived and dreamed, is a truly special experience. It's a reminder of the power of art to change the world. Even if you're not a die-hard Bob Marley fan, though, who isn't? The museum is worth a visit. It's a fascinating glimpse into the life of a cultural icon and a deeper understanding of Jamaican identity. It makes you appreciate his music on a whole new level. You leave feeling inspired, uplifted, and maybe a little more inclined to get up, stand up. It's a powerful place filled with an incredible spirit, the spirit of Bob. I think what's so amazing is how his message remains so relevant today. Peace, love, unity, fighting against oppression, these are timeless themes. And his music just has this ability to connect with people, regardless of their background or where they come from. It's universal. The museum does a wonderful job of conveying that universality while also celebrating his Jamaican roots. It's a delicate balance and they nail it. So if you find yourself in Kingston, make the pilgrimage. Go pay your respects to the king of reggae. Learn his story, feel his vibe, and let his music wash over you. It's an experience that will stay with you. It's more than just a museum, it's a connection to a legend. And it's a reminder that one man with one guitar and one powerful voice can indeed change the world. One love, people, one love. Alright, for our final Jamaican adventure we did something truly magical. Something that sounds like it's straight out of a fantasy novel. We went to the Luminous Lagoon. Now I'll admit I was a little skeptical. Glowing water? Sounds like something you'd see in a cartoon or maybe after one too many of those Rick's Cafe cocktails. But let me tell you, this is 100% real, and it is 100% breathtaking. It's one of those natural wonders that makes you just stop and say, whoa. The Luminous Lagoon, also known as Glistening Waters, is near Falmouth. It's a bay where fresh water from the Martha Brae River meets the salt water of the Caribbean Sea, creating the perfect conditions for these microscopic organisms called dinoflagellates. And these little guys, when they're disturbed, they light up, they bioluminesce. It's nature's very own light show, and it is spectacular. You go out on a small boat in the evening when it's dark. The anticipation builds as you motor out into the lagoon. Our boat captain was great, full of stories and information about the lagoon and the science behind the glow. He explained that this is one of only a few places in the world where this phenomenon occurs so brightly and consistently. As the boat moved through the water, you started to see it. Trails of shimmering blue-green light in our wake. It was like we were leaving a trail of liquid stars. The more the water was agitated, the brighter it glowed. It was already pretty cool. Then comes the best part, you get to jump in. Now jumping into dark water at night usually isn't high on my list of fun activities. It's right up there with doing my own taxes or listening to a timeshare presentation. But everyone on the boat was so excited, and the captain assured us it was perfectly safe, just a bit shallow and muddy on the bottom. So, with a little trepidation and a lot of what the heck, I slid into the water. And it was incredible. The moment you move, the water around you just explodes with light. Every splash, every kick, every wave of your hand creates this ethereal, glowing aura. It's like swimming in a galaxy of stars. You lift your arm out of the water and it's dripping with these tiny, shimmering lights. It's absolutely mesmerizing. I felt like a kid again, just splashing around watching the water light up. It's hard to describe just how magical it is. Photos and videos don't do it justice. You have to experience it. The water itself is warm, and it's a mix of fresh and salt, so it's quite pleasant. Some people were a bit hesitant about the muddy bottom, but once you're in and you see the glow, you forget all about it. You're too busy being amazed. I saw fish darting by, leaving glowing trails behind them. It was like they had little headlights. The captain even scooped up some water in a bucket and swirled it around, and the whole bucket lit up. It's just pure, unadulterated magic. We were out there for about half an hour just swimming and marveling at the light show. Some people were doing water angels, waving their arms and legs to create big glowing patterns. Others were just floating, watching the stars above and the stars below. It's a very surreal experience. You feel like you're in another world, a world where water glows and anything is possible. It's incredibly peaceful, despite the excited chatter from the boat. One thing the captain told us is that the glow is best on darker nights. So if there's a full moon, it might not be as spectacular. But even on the night we went, with a bit of moonlight, it was still absolutely stunning. He also said that rain can sometimes enhance the effect, as the raindrops hitting the surface make the water sparkle. It's a living, breathing phenomenon, and it's just awe-inspiring to witness something so unique and beautiful. Getting out of the water, you're still kind of tingling, both from the experience and maybe a little from the cool night air. They usually have some rum punch waiting for you on the boat, which is a nice touch. A little liquid courage before, a little liquid celebration after. It's the Jamaican way. It's an experience that I will never, ever forget. It's one of those things that sounds too good to be true. But then you see it with your own eyes, and it exceeds all expectations. So, if you get the chance to visit the Luminous Lagoon, do it. Don't hesitate. Jump in that glowing water. It's a truly unique Jamaican experience. A natural wonder that will fill you with awe and leave you with memories that shimmer and shine. It's the perfect way to end an incredible trip, a little bit of magic to take home with you. It's nature showing off, and it's a show you do not want to miss. Absolutely unforgettable. Well folks, that's our whirlwind tour of some of Jamaica's most incredible hidden and not so hidden gems. From the fiery flavors of Scotchies to the high-flying antics at Rick's Cafe, the serene beauty of the Blue Mountains, the powerful spirit of the Bob Marley Museum, and the absolute magic of the luminous lagoon. What a ride, huh? Thanks for joining us on this journey through Jamaica's hidden gems. I ate too much, I probably drank too much, and I definitely didn't jump off any cliffs. But I had an amazing time, and I hope you did too, watching from the comfort of your, hopefully, non-cliff adjacent couch. Jamaica, you were incredible. The food, the music, the scenery, but most of all the people. So warm, so welcoming, so full of life. It's a special place, and these spots we showed you are just the tip of the iceberg, or I guess the tip of the palm tree. There's so much more to explore, so much more to discover. So if you're thinking about a trip, my advice is, go. You won't regret it. Just maybe practice your cliff diving form beforehand if you're braver than I am. Or don't. Watching is fine. Seriously though, I hope this inspired you to maybe check out a few of these spots yourself, or at least to try some jerk chicken from a place that isn't next to a Sparrow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing travel content. Let us know what your favorite part was, or if there are any other Jamaican gems we missed. We're Xander Blankenship, thanks for watching, and as they say in Jamaica, everything Irie. Now if you'll excuse me, I think I have some Blue Mountain coffee calling my name, and maybe a nap. Definitely a nap.